Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 10 rounds in the heavyweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions. For Riyadh Season and National Event Center in association with General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Gold Star Promotions, Sella, Salida Promotions, and Miller Time Promotions. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Steward in Charge Robin Smith, Timekeeper Jason Booth. Our 3 judges assigned, all from England, will be John Latham, Mark Lyson, and Kevin Parker. Our referee in charge will be Michael Alexander of England. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black trunks with red lettering and weighed in officially at 333 pounds. Coming to us from Brooklyn, New York, USA, he brings an undefeated record with 26 wins, 1 draw, 22 of his 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jarrell Big Baby Miller! And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing black trunks with white lettering and weighed in officially at 233.5 pounds. Hailing from Greenwich, London, England, he has a professional record consisting of 19 wins, 2 defeats, with 18 of his 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former WBA regular heavyweight champion of the world, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
Daniel. Right, lads, you both know the rules, so let's just have a good, clean fight, okay? Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times, all right? Touch gloves.
Let's go, Big Baby!
Big Baby Miller disrespectfully labeling Daniel Dubois a quitter, said once a quitter, always a quitter. He won't be able to handle my size and pressure. And there's Dubois who says, listen, I'm gonna make him quit. I'm gonna flip the script. Let's see what happens here. Big battle in the heavyweight division.
Just 2 massive men that just made a 20-foot ring look tiny now.
Really done there, the shot. Straight right hand down the pipe there by Dubois. And he's going right after Miller, who's walking right towards him.
That's exactly what he needs to do. Dubois, keep the shot straight. Jab, jab, drop the right to the body. Variation with the levels. Move when you need to, but the jab is key here.
Chris Mannix also joining us here on commentary. What do you expect to see here in this one?
Jarrell Miller in this fight. At his best, Jarrell Miller threw around 80 punches per round. That was back in around 2018. Is he that same guy at this stage of his career?
In his last fight against Lucas Brown, Miller basically just wore him down.
And there you get Dubois hitting the belt line of Baby Miller, and he's already getting his first warning. Those trunks are really high on Big Baby Miller right there. I don't think it should be a problem here because Dubois already had problems with belt line low blows.
Already you can see the tactics from Miller, trying to walk down Dubois, maybe thinking get this fight to the later rounds and try to use that keyword again, get Dubois to quit. Not offering too much in offense right now.
You could see it in Miller's trunks. He wants war, but that's exactly what Dubois needs to avoid. He needs to make a guerrilla warfare, fight on his terms.
What do you make of Dubois constantly pushing Miller back? That's going to tire his arms out.
Yeah, he's trying to find space, but do that by using your feet and using the jab.
There you go, jagging downstairs. If Miller's going to have his hand that high up, you're going to open up the body, keep digging downstairs.
Don't wrestle with it.
It's like hitting a human heavy bag.
See, there's a first belt line warning by the referee.
Concentrate that. Concentrate.
Although Miller might weigh more than a heavy bag, I'm not sure.
The size of the fight on Miller, huge, solid base, but again, not offering too much coming forward, but I can see what he's trying to do here.
Right hand around the guard, a stinging shot from Dynamite Dubois.
Dubois needs to start alternating that jab. He's throwing the exact same jab. Miller's bound to time that jab. He needs to start doubling the jab, throwing it to the chest, foot feinting, lead right hand. You can't just keep throwing the same punch. See Miller try to counter it right there.
Miller always has that scowl on his face when he's in the ring. Dubois from London, England. Jarrell Miller, a native of Brooklyn, New York.
I've never seen Dubois move this much. You know, it's kind of like nervous big man energy. And right now, Miller, he just gave this round up just to get that information from Dubois.
How are we? Good. Well, you're looking good in there. But do me a favor, especially in these early rounds, don't let him lean on you. Don't go into a wrestling match with him. That's what he's going to try and initiate. Yeah? Use your footwork. Yeah? In and out. Sting him. Don't load up on your shots here. Fast hands. Okay? Good man. Keep using your feet. Keep moving the angles. Exactly how you're doing it. Yeah. Keep moving the angles and sting him up. Fast hands. Don't load up yet. All right?
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
You know, maybe I'm overreacting, but that was a very tired-looking Daniel Dubois in the corner, breathing heavy after the first round.
Because that's not his style of fighting. Like I said, this is the most I've seen him move laterally. That's a big man moving sideways. It's like nervous energy, and when you have nervous energy, that burns stamina faster.
Yeah, and there's more intent now with the feet coming forward from Miller.
Yeah, that first round, Miller employing the Homer Simpson strategy. Just absorb and tire out your opponent, and then turn it on him.
He's doing it with more authority now on that front foot.
Homer Simpson, huh? Tough.
You haven't seen that episode? I mean, training-wise, Darren, how do you even prepare to face someone the size of Jarrell Miller?
Well, it would be to move your feet, but I have to agree with Chris. He did look tired in that corner through the movement, but you need to meet Miller onto the shots. Miller, you know he's going to be walking forward, but I think maybe target the body, and they tried to do that. That's a nice right hand over the top, but
right on the ear.
Every time he does throw the body shots, he seems to catch that waistline, and the referee warns him, so you can see him now headhunting. He looks a little lost here, Dubois. Not too sure what his tactics are at the minute.
I see the same, Darren. It's kind of like it's nervous energy, I said initially, but it's like he's trying to find a way in. You know, Miller's blocking everything up with those big arms. Nothing's really penetrating through.
You know, it's interesting to hear some of the pundits. Some said, listen, the longer this fight goes, the better for Dubois, because Miller's going to get tired out. And others are saying, no, the longer it goes, the advantage is for Miller. Mannix, what say you?
Yeah, I would say the advantage is for Jarrell Miller. Look, Jarrell Miller is not at the weight he wants to be at. He's probably 15, 20 pounds above.
Oh, nice jab, and that backed him up.
Yeah, that was a stiff jab. He felt that Miller. He needs something to build from, Dubois. Could that be it?
You know, I like the strategy of Jarrell Miller to walk Daniel Dubois down and make him move. I think it would be equally as effective to do some leaning on him as well. If you can get him tied up, put all of that 333 pounds on the shoulders of Daniel Dubois.
Good body shot by Miller right there. Both these fighters are open for uppercuts. If you see the elbows are out, I think, there we go. See, one of them needs to start throwing uppercuts.
Well, this is the type of fight that Miller wants, just to apply pressure, put his weight on Dubois, and just kind of grind him down.
Got to be careful with the head, Dubois, as well. Keeps leaning in with his head.
Yeah, I noticed that too. But that's up to the referee.
This doesn't look good for Dubois. The body language does not look good. And now Miller's starting to open up a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. Is there not good signs for Dubois?
Oh, that right hand was more of a forearm shot, and Dubois
Dubois landed a good body shot at the end of the round, but the momentum is shifting to Miller.
Pull the cup out. Pull the cup out.
Good work, but you got to keep those hands out. The same pressure, same punches, all right? But you got to be careful with the shots, all right? Just keep the hands out, keep pressing, keep touching, and rip those shots. But don't, you got to give me that swag, baby, okay? Water. Let's go.
Yo, rip to the body and finish to the head. Rip to the body, you got it.
A little vaccine.
Rip the body.
Deep breath and hold it. Let it go. Another one.
And look, both of them trying to land big shots, but now Miller letting those guns go, and he's throwing the right shots. He's going over the top of Dubois. Dubois aiming at the body, Miller's aiming at the head. This third round's gonna tell a lot right here, guys. Both of them have had their moments, both of them landed big shots.
Eddie Hearn earlier this week said if Dubois loses this fight, his career at the top of the heavyweight division is essentially over. That's the kind of pressure he's under tonight. For Miller, it's hey, anything goes. Big swing and a miss.
I love those body shots by Dubois, but we better keep that chin down.
This is incredible stuff. It's going to be a great fight if it continues to carry on like this.
I think Miller got shook by a right uppercut Dubois landed in that exchange.
Miller, 22 knockouts in his 26 wins. That's what he promised to do here tonight. Finish Dubois and make him quit again.
He needs to follow the right hand through after that left hook, Dubois. That's the shot.
Good one, too.
A little low again. He needs to look for that right hand after. There's that uppercut you're calling for.
Yeah, but he needs to start throwing that jab now. You can't just keep throwing that jab. You got to hide it. Hide that jab, and you can see Miller just wants to get on the inside, so frustrate him, keep him at range, keep him at bay with that big long jab, then set him up with that uppercut.
Deep breaths from Dubois. Still 7 more rounds to go.
He's got to be careful, Dubois. Keep drawing with the jab top.
Miller, just when you think he's been backed off a little bit, he starts coming forward again like a big raging bull.
Pressure from Miller.
The jab, so effective. And when you're that size, Sergio, the jab hurts even more. There's so much weight behind it.
You don't have to be that size. That's what jabs do. Especially if you're throwing power jabs, that shotgun jab, with your foot behind you, that leverage behind you, it's like a 2x4 hitting the front of your face.
Again, these aren't good signs for Dubois for me. Getting walked down. Mouth wide open, he's breathing heavy.
Darren, I agree getting walked down, but look at the blood coming out of Big Baby Miller's mouth. So those jabs are having their impact. And he landed a good body shot also that Miller didn't like.
And they both sat down on those punches. You got to give Dubois credit. He's not backing away.
This is where he's got to let his shots go when he's holding the center of the ring.
Good jabs there by Miller. 3 solid jabs right there.
Has to try and look for the right hand over the top, Dubois, as Miller throws that jab. He's had 2 or 3 opportunities there, Dubois, to throw the right over the ring.
Right, a clubbing right hand, didn't quite score effectively. Nice body shot with the left hand for Dubois. Downstairs again.
The inside game has to pick up. You understand? We staying in the middle and we're not picking up the inside shots.
Breathe deep. Come on, breathe.
So the inside game has to pick up. You understand me? So you got to go to the sides and come up the middle. Straight shot.
1, 2, 3, like pop, pop, pop. Disengage.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's good pressure from Miller, but the jabs, that's the shot I want to see more from Dubois. The right hand over the lazy jab, he paws with that shot sometimes, Dubois, as does Miller. So one of these guys is going to start looking for the right hand over the top. I just don't like this pressure from Miller if you're a Dubois fan.
Seconds out. Round 4.
Round 4, and again, they start out right where they left off. Head-to-head, toe-to-toe, good left there from Big Baby Miller. Chris Mannix, you're scoring this fight. How do you have it through 3?
I've got a 30-27 in favor of Daniel Dubois. Now, if you ask me which of these two fighters I would rather be right now, it's Jarrell Miller, because I think his pressure is eventually going to pay off. But it's pretty clear to me that Dubois is landing the cleaner shots in the first 3 rounds of this fight.
Warning there from the referee. But Miller plodding forward, methodical. Oh, nice step-in jab from Dubois.
See, that jab right there proved the power of a jab. I mean, he put everything behind it, caught him coming in, that shook Jarrell Miller.
That's right. It took Miller 6 rounds to wear down Lucas Brown in his last fight in March. Can he do the same here against Dynamite Dubois?
I like it now. He's adjusting Dubois. He's getting set into this tone of fighting now, and he's boxing nicely. Get behind the jab, he's burying the right hand to the body.
Miller's looking for a big overhand right now. You can see him cocking it. He's losing respect for Dubois and what's coming his way.
Miller's done most of the trash talking building up to this fight. It's 99% of it, but Dubois didn't have a good line yesterday saying, listen, you may be Big Baby, but I'm going to be your Big Daddy come fight night.
That pressure so relentless from Miller. He's holding his feet a little bit too much here for me, Dubois.
Good right cross on the inside from Miller. There's the left hand. He's starting to score the big punches, Sergio.
Yeah, short shots right there. The perfect shot. It was a right uppercut, left hook. That's the perfect shot. When the fighter's getting tired, they try to hide in that little spot.
Dubois getting caught with more now.
I said both these fighters are moving with uppercuts. Miller's finding a hole for that right uppercut right now.
Yes, the elbows. They're way too wide from Dubois. Get that jab out, Dubois.
Dubois is moving, but his head's in the same location. Right now he needs upper body movement in order to start switching things up defensively for Miller, who's trying to fight, who's zeroing in on the right hand.
Best round of the fight so far, it seems, for Miller.
There you go. There's some head moves by Dubois right there. Big men hate to miss. It tires them out even faster.
Undefeated, former world champion Jaime Munguia, 42-0 with 33 knockouts, will battle former interim world champion John the Gorilla Ryder in a 12-round super middleweight clash, January the 27th. Cannot wait for that one.
And here you see Miller losing respect for Dubois, and boom, shotgun jab right on the chin. Jabs like that make it feel more like a straight right hand, especially when you're meeting halfway. Perfect shot on the opposite side of the jaw where you're not accustomed to getting hit by jabs coming in that direction. But back comes Big Baby with a big left hook right there. That shook and rocked Dubois. You can see it in his eyes, and shots like that, the uppercut left hook. If that right hook would have landed right there, it would have been lights out.
Hey, remember Dubois got dropped 3 times against Kevin Lerena in the first round. Managed to come back and win that, but he's showing a much better chin tonight so far now.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good work from Dubois. Mix it up, good variation. This is where he needs to be, holding the center movement away. I love this from Dubois.
It feels like maybe he let that round slip away, and he's coming back as Miller starts to talk trash in the ring.
There you go. That's Dubois' fight right there. Just jab. Shotgun jab. Miller's going to keep coming in with his hands down. Keep popping that jab in his face. Double, triple it up.
Look how low the lead hand is of Miller. The right hand is there.
The right hand is there, the uppercut is there. Both these guys are flawed defensively. I mean, that's what happens when you're that big, that much mass to carry. You get tired, fatigued earlier.
I mean, this is good work from Dubois. start this 5th round. Holding his feet, working head, body well.
Oh, left half hook, uppercut there from Miller. You would think his punches carry a little more weight, literally and figuratively. Couple jabs here. Dubois gets the ropes.
It's a little unsteady there from Dubois.
You know fatigue has to be setting in for both these fighters.
Yeah, for sure. He's lost his shape a little bit, Dubois.
Because Dubois is not used to moving this much. He's used to being a Terminator, coming forward, looking for the knockout. Now he's the one that's being hunted, being pushed back.
This may come down to who has the better chin. Who can take more of the beating.
That conditioning is going to play a big part here. Both tired.
That's usually the case. Who can take a bigger shot? Who has more conditioning? Who has more heart?
Behind the jab again. Start again, Dubois. Jab, jab.
Sergio, when you weigh 333 pounds, can you still be in good condition?
Yeah, if you fight relaxed, and that's exactly what Big Baby Miller is doing. I mean, look at George Foreman. Foreman's a perfect example of that. You know, he didn't waste much energy, but when he punched, you know, he shut your lights out.
I think Jarrell will be the first to tell you, though, that he's not in the kind of shape he needs to be in to compete at the championship level. He needs to get down 15, 20 pounds to get there. But even at this weight, he is a lot to deal with.
A couple good inside shots from Dubois. Miller answering back. But it's a good round for Dynamite.
Yeah, but because he's concentrating more on speed now instead of power. He's not putting that much oomph behind those punches now. He just wants to get the feeling of landing shots.
Absolutely anything.
Good shot right there by Dubois. That rocked Miller with that right uppercut.
And there is Bomb Squad himself, Deontay Wilder. So full of confidence this week, Chris, and so full of smiles and appreciation just being in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he's happy to be here and happy to be back in the ring in a meaningful fight. Over the last 2 years, Deontay Wilder has fought the grand total of 1 round. He's 38 years old. He's hoping to get back into that world title picture, hoping to get back into the Anthony Joshua picture. So a big night tonight for Deontay Wilder.
And he looks so cool in slow motion.
He looks cool either way. I mean, look at him coming in with Gucci, sunglasses, slow motion. Everything looks cooler in slow motion, especially when you're as big as that man right there.
That's some good action inside there from both guys. Miller looking for the uppercut, but there was some good signs there from Dubois early in that round.
There was good signs, absolutely, John.
We were hoping this would be one of, if not the best fights on the card, and it's pretty darn good through 5 full rounds.
Yes, delivering for sure. Looks like it's going one way, then it goes the other, really ebbing and flowing.
Dubois better keep that jab in the face of Miller. See, Miller's gonna tire out himself.
Oh, big right hand from Dubois, but Miller, you can't tell if he's hurt or not as he just plods forward.
It's not even about getting hurt, it's about getting frustrated, not being able to close that range of your Miller. So Dubois, it'll serve him best, just keep popping that jab on the back foot. That's all you need to do. Run Miller into some big shots, run him into the uppercut or the big right hand.
Yeah, good pressure again from Miller, but he's busier with his hands. I mentioned the weight side. Can he let his hands go like he used to? No, is the question. There's good pressure, but more work required to end again from Dubois.
And to that point, the power punches landed so far favor Daniel Dubois. 87 of 224. Jarrell Miller, 68 of 204. So Daniel Dubois getting some good work done.
Miller looks tired now. He's falling off balance. He doesn't have the same speed behind his punches. His legs look weary. It'll serve Dubois right to keep boxing on the back foot, keep popping that jab in Miller's face.
Keep busy with the jab. That right hand will follow. You can see the hands are lower now of Miller.
That's fatigue. That's exactly what it is. You can see it in his body right there. The legs don't have the same bounce on Miller.
There's a head forward from Daniel Dubois, who was warned earlier by the referee. 2 swings and misses by both athletes.
I want to see that punch again by Dubois. Keep throwing that right overhead hook. Miller's keeping his left hand down because he's tired. There's a perfect shot around the guard right there.
Boy, Miller just doesn't care if he eats 2 or 3 shots coming in.
He's got to be careful, though. In a 10-round fight, you can't give away too many rounds.
Yeah, this is an educated pressure. At the start, it was clever, it was smart, but now he's looking off the shot, looking lazy, looking clumsy.
Crowd trying to fire these guys up.
I really believe Dubois needs to start looking for that right hand. I think he can do some real damage.
I think he's doing a lot of damage just with that jab. And it's off the back foot, too. Dubois better be careful with that head. If he's going forward in the head, he already got one warning. See that jab right there? Beautiful jab. That's going to set up the right hand, whether it's a hook, straight, or uppercut.
Another good round for Dubois. We showed you Wilder. Here comes Parker. He's in super slow motion, Darren.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's had this kind of laid-back personality since the start, but he looks very calm, relaxed, like a man, I've said all week, who's in his peak.
Well, Andy Lee, his trainer, seems to have the attitude that we know something you don't know. Does he?
I don't know.
Such a great personality by Joseph Parker. If you follow him on social media, he always does great skits. He's always having a laugh. But tonight he'll be all business once that bell rings, as he's in with perhaps the toughest challenge of his career.
There's that right hook. That's going to be open right there. This is going to be a big round for Miller. He's going to want to get some respect. Dubois doesn't have an opportunity to land that right hand.
He's got to be careful. Dubois is moving predominantly to his left, and he's going to walk onto that right hand of Miller. Needs to vary this movement.
Wow, there you go, Darren. You called it. Miller just missed with that overhand right.
And Miller's running out of time.
And there goes Dubois moving to his right now.
We're in round 7, scheduled for 10. It's been a fun fight, a competitive one, but one that Dubois seemingly is comfortably ahead through 6 full rounds.
He needs to show something here, Miller. He needs to let his hands go, but can he? That is the big question. I must say I was worried about the pressure early doors, but he's regrouped, he looks good, Dubois working well.
Let's take a look at Chris Mannix's updated scorecard.
Yeah, I got Daniel Dubois with a slight edge right now. Gave him that 6th round, 58-56. Terrell Miller had some moments in the 4th and the 5th where it looked like he might be able to take control, but the gas tank for Terrell Miller starting to diminish.
Yeah, that's fair. The scorecard there's fair. There are rounds where the pressure, the relentless pressure of Miller is eye-catching. He landed some good shots, but I think predominantly the cleaner shots have been from Dubois, noticeably the jab.
You saw Miller in the corner with some big, deep breaths, but once the bell rings, he composes himself pretty well.
I'm glad that the referee's not warning Dubois for those belt line shots, because the belt line is really high on the belly of Miller. No warnings, no point deduction.
Good right hand on the inside from Dubois. He's getting the better of these exchanges, Darren.
Yeah, just the shorter, sharper shots. He's so sluggish, Miller, and he's telegraphing his work now, and it's making it easy for Dubois to read.
Sluggish, slow, lethargic, just too big. This is what happens when you gain that much weight. When you have that much mass, you know, in these rounds, it's bound to take your legs.
But he's still in it, you know that.
Right.
Dubois' chin is a bit questionable.
You know what I would like to see Dubois do now? Clinch pushing Miller and walking him back. Miller's legs are fading, and if you start walking him back, big men hate to be walked back. That will take the leg even more for Big Baby Miller. And then that could also buy some time for Dubois to catch his breath.
They're too close.
Yeah, lean back.
They're being too close and you're not picking it up. You're giving those rounds up at the end, baby.
Breathe deep, breathe deep.
There's the straight shots, there's the sluggish return from Miller. I mean, the body language in the corner from Miller isn't great, breathing heavy. And he's just missing with everything, Sergio.
Well, the body language is saying it all from Miller. Breathing with his mouth open, bloody nose. You can see how he collapsed in the corner on his stool, getting hit with shots like that. Both these guys are vulnerable. Both of them are still dangerous with that power, though. The uppercut is still open on both sides. Who's going to capitalize on it?
Round 8.
Will this be the first fight of the night that actually goes the distance? 4 fights so far, all 4 ending by KO. 3 rounds left here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Downstairs goes Dubois. He's fighting with a lot of confidence here.
It was that body shot that set it up, then that right uppercut. Miller didn't like none of those shots.
Brilliant work from Dubois. Fantastic variation. He's a very, very confident fighter right now.
Now he's bouncing on his toes. He's found that second wind. Nice left. You can't tell if Miller's hurt or not.
Oh, I think he's unquestionably hurt. At this stage, he's been more a punching bag than anything else.
Hurt, frustrated, tired. The trifecta of a losing effort on Big Baby Miller.
He's a walking punch bag right now. Literally walking onto everything Dubois is throwing.
Dubois doing everything right in this round. Boxing backwards, keeping that jab in the face, not forgetting the body. The only thing is I want Dubois to stop leading with his head. He already got a warning. I would hate for him to get a point deducted.
What can Jarrell Miller do differently to turn things around, or does he have that skill set?
He's telegraphing every single shot now. The right hand is the shot because, like I said, predominantly Dubois moves to his left. But every time he throws the right hand, too wild with it. I'd maybe even target the body with the shot if I was Miller, but again, just showing the shot.
If I was Miller, I would throw lead right hand.
Let's look at the power punches through round 7. Dubois landed 80 for 43%, Miller 66 for 35%. Similar output, but Dubois much more accurate. Under a minute to go here in round 8.
He's got to show us something here, Miller. He really does. You know, you mentioned Dubois has nowhere to go after this fight. If Miller loses this fight, this is the end of Jarrell Miller.
I think it's the end for both men if they lose on the big stage.
Again, being warned for using his head.
Yeah, he's been using his head a whole lot. I'm surprised the referee hasn't warned him even more, even taking a point away. It's accidental. He's such a big man. He doesn't know how to move his head properly to the left or right. He just collapses forward. It's not that he's doing it intentionally. It's just he doesn't know how to clinch and fight on the inside.
Miller trying to put his weight on Dubois. Nice right hand over the top. Another one from Dubois. And downstairs to the body.
There's the right hand. That's the shot. Lead hand of Miller far too loose, too low.
Another good round by Dubois with that jab.
Yep, Miller just seems out of ideas. Wow. Cheer from Dubois. The bell rang. Who knows what that could have led to?
Oh, Miller's shook. He's tired, he's shook, he's hurt.
He's finished. He's finished. I'm telling you, he is exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. The way he stumbled back to the corner there, worrying signs.
That's when 333 pounds starts turning against you.
Beautiful. That's what the doctor ordered.
Listen to the referee. Look, a low blow there by Miller around the belt line. Both these fighters have been landing shots on the belt line. Credit to the referee, though. He he's been letting these guys fight like big men. Big punches, they're one fight away. Shots like that, you know, if they're not blatant and the fighters aren't complaining, don't stop the action. Good job by the referee.
Yeah, agreed. He's let the action flow. Missing with shots, but another good round, damaging round by Dubois.
Seconds out.
It's amazing that Dubois looks much more tired a few rounds ago than he does now.
Yeah, I did think it was worrying signs early from Miller, the pressure he was putting. He was gasping.
Ooh, the good shot by Dubois going around the guard, forgetting the straight shots, going with the hooks now.
Can you imagine if Dubois is able to finish Jarrell Miller, who's undefeated?
Well, signs at the start of this 9th round that he could. Cannot miss with the shots.
Miller can certainly take a punch. But he's having trouble landing it. There's another head forward. The referee let it go.
Dubois better stop doing that, man. I mean, this is such a good fight. He's doing such a good job. I would hate for him to get a point deducted.
I've never seen it before like this. The way he leads with the head. He's straight. He doesn't need to be doing it.
Touch the money again.
Test the body. They want Dubois to go downstairs.
I would like to see the jab. Stab him downstairs. When you have Miller, whose legs are fading, he's fatigued, he's walking forward. Just stab him to the gut. That will stop him from coming forward, and it will be effective, taking some wind away.
You know, Daniel Dubois has been branded a quitter by a lot of people, including Jarrell Miller. He's digging deep in this fight. Got to give him credit for that.
Right hand. Dubois. He said before this fight that Miller was tailor-made for me. I love guys that stand right in front of me, and that is exactly what Miller has done.
See, he cannot miss with that right hand. I said it time and time again, that lead hand of Miller far too low. Nice jab, and that's where you can follow the right hand straight down the pipe.
Does Miller even have the power left, Sergio, to knock Dubois out?
No, I don't think he does. I think his arms are weary, he doesn't have the leg strength. I think even if he does land a big shot, Dubois has so much momentum right now that he'll be able to take it.
Momentum and confidence. Two of the best things a boxer can have in a fight.
The only momentum that can go against Dubois is if he gets a point deducted, because the head's still coming in and still clashing with Miller's.
If he's to get the win here, Dubois, this will do so much for his self-belief and his confidence.
Absolutely.
It must have been rock bottom before this fight.
Absolutely, because then he could prove that when the going got tough, he still had enough to pull out and muster out the win.
A little body shot from Miller right on the belt line. But he is running out of time. We've come to the end of round 9. One more to go from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Right.
And when you're inside the close, you're not letting your heads go, baby. If you won this fight, baby.
Yep, more of the same. Good shot selection, shot picking from Dubois. The straight shots are doing the damage. Nice long left hook there as well. But just far too easy for Dubois, far too easy. Like I say, there was worrying signs early with the pressure of Miller, but he's regrouped, he's adjusted, he got his second win and boxed well.
This is the best I've seen Dubois. Such a big man, be bouncing and countering off the back foot. He threw a 1-2 and then the 3 and a 4. Perfect combination, going backwards on the back foot.
And the spin, the little skip to the left, perfect to avoid any shots coming back.
It's now or never for Big Baby Miller. His career hangs in the balance. You gotta believe he needs a knockout. He's got 3 minutes to do it. Here's Chris Mannix's scorecard.
Yeah, pretty clear wins over these last few rounds in favor of Daniel Dubois. Got an 88-83 entering this final round. Jarrell Miller does need a knockout to win on my scorecard. And look, he's got some knockouts in his career, but he's not known as a one-punch knockout puncher. It's going to be difficult.
Dubois just landed 2 big right uppercuts and a body shot right there, and he dipped down and missed the big left hook by Miller. Beautiful boxing by Dubois right now.
Does Dubois want to stay in the middle and trade? Is it smart?
I don't think so, Todd. He doesn't need to do this. It's impressive, don't get me wrong, but I think keep it simple. Get behind the jab.
It may not be smart, but he's proven to people that he has heart.
For sure.
And that's something that he needs to do.
He said, if I win this fight, I'm buying a Porsche. Send him the keys. Crank up the engine. He's close to getting it.
That's been the most impressive part by Dubois in this later rounds. He's punching and dipping, punching and dipping.
Come on, let's move. Come on, Daniel.
Yeah, there are some moves in the corner because the only chance Miller has is by knockout. It's the only way he can win this fight. The only chance he gets to land the shot is if Dubois holds his feet.
Nice uppercut by Dubois right there. Whoever questioned this man's heart, I don't think that's going to be the case right now. He just earned another big fight if he can get past Miller. What a performance.
Yeah, now he's pushing Miller back.
Big right hand from Dubois. Maybe he gets the finish here in the 10th.
Maybe. I think he's going for the finish now. Dubois wants to make a statement in the heavyweight division.
Miller is just completely slowed down to a crawl here.
Spent. He is absolutely exhausted.
Came out kind of hot here in the 10th, but you got to believe he's got nothing left as he eats another right, and then an uppercut from Dubois. And then another right. Miller trying to show some bravado, but it's Dubois who's stealing the show.
He wants the knockout. He wants to prove to everyone he's no quitter. He's going for the knockout against Big Baby Miller.
Oh, big shots from Dubois. Miller stumbles to the ropes. Are we going to see another finish? 26 seconds to go.
Dubois giving Big Baby Miller a Brooklyn beatdown against the ropes.
Oh, big shot. Big Baby gonna get big time knocked out. Dubois, sensational finish here. It's Dubois.
Everybody's saying he's a quitter. Now look at him, what it means to him and his team. Fantastic stuff.
When it comes to men with a big mouth and a big punch, that doesn't mean nothing. The promotion Big Baby Miller was doing, he didn't back up what he preached. What a shot, what a performance, what a game plan. Perfect execution by Daniel Dubois.
It was indeed a day of reckoning for Dubois. He was on a mission, and he did it. He finished Big Baby Miller, the first man to stop him, and he weighed in at 333 pounds.
That right there, we have just seen the end of Jarrell Miller. You can't see that guy in the ring anymore. That is so one-sided. I was worried early doors, Sergio, about the pressure of Miller. I was concerned that he was looking tired, Dubois, but he just got his second wind and boxed so well.
And you know what I say to that, Darren? Good riddance. That man has had too many opportunities on the big stage, failed too many PED tests, cheated too much, given too many chances. He got the beat down he deserves.
And Daniel Dubois is going to get the Porsche he deserves. He's been driven around town by his dad. He's taken a lot of grief that he's a daddy's boy. He said, you know what? I'm going to finish Miller. I'm going to buy a car. And that's the story here tonight. Watch this finish.
Well, listen, he's going to buy a Porsche. It was Dubois who had all the horsepower right there, all the muscle behind those shots. The uppercut, the right hand. Big Baby Miller was looking for a way out, and I called it earlier in the fight. It was the uppercut. Both these men were susceptible to uppercuts. Yeah. And it was Dubois that came around and finally executed with that right hand. Came under the top, around the guard, couldn't miss with a stationary 333-pound target.
And Dubois just beat his personal record for total punches landed in a fight. He outworked him, he outsmarted him, and he outwilled him.
That is the rebirth for Dubois. He started his career with so much promise, then he had their mishaps, but he can really build from this. The most important thing about this performance and this victory is the belief, the confidence that he will get, not only to win so well, but to win in style in the final round in such dramatic fashion.
Everything that Big Baby Miller said he was going to do to Daniel Dubois, Dubois did exactly the same thing to him. That was a beatdown.
So what now for Dubois? What do you do with him? Who do you put him in the ring with?
Put him in with a Hrgovic or someone like that. Someone on this card. We've got the two main guys, two main fights as two semifinals. How about these?
Or how about the man sitting behind us?
Andy Ruiz. That's what this card has done. It's opened up so many exciting matchups. And kudos to Daniel Dubois. A lot of people wrote him off, Darren.
That was, and you can look, you can see what it means. There was a lot of question marks over Daniel Dubois. He's proved everybody wrong there. What a performance.
His promoter, Frank Warren, in the ring saying he showed heart, and he did indeed show heart. And that's what he was being questioned over, Sergio. Labeled a quitter by a lot of people, not just Jarrell Miller, but a lot of people in boxing. What's the label you give him now?
You know, there's a saying in boxing, you quit once, you're gonna quit again, and quitting's gonna get even easier. What that man just went through proved that he's not a quitter. That man learned how to follow a strategy. He got rocked, he got hurt. There was moments he was shaky, but he passed that test and he got the knockout. That was impressive.
Absolutely agree with you there. There's moments in this fight, if he was a quitter, that he could have quit with the pressure. He could have held his feet. He could have stood in front of Miller, but he chose not to. He boxed nicely. He boxed sensibly. And when the time was right, he pounced and got the finish.
And hey, most fighters, let's be honest, if they know they're way ahead going into the last round, they play it safe.
That's right.
Dubois rolled the dice, and he came up aces.
To be honest, John, I was saying he should coast the final round. Stay out of trouble. The only chance for Miller in that fight, if he was to win in that final round, was by getting the knockout. So why stand? But he did, and he got the finish.
You know what? And I was actually preaching the opposite. I didn't like the body language of Miller. I didn't like the way that his legs weren't there. He was bleeding, his mouth was open, the way he was collapsing in the neutral corner. I love the fact that Daniel Dubois detonated with those punches.
Good sportsmanship in the ring. Always love to see that. And now we turn our attention to January 27th, hoping for a similar type of dramatic encounter in the United States. Jaime Munguia and John Ryder in a 12-round super middleweight clash. Let's go into the ring and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes, 52 seconds of round number 10. Our referee in charge, Michael Alexander, steps in to stop the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
I love that.
Nice job by the DJ. It's interesting, Dubois basically said one sentence of trash talk this whole week, and he backed it up.
He gets the last word. He gets the win and the last word.
Well, Chris Mannix is about to get the last word with Daniel Dubois